Now that the Trump-Elon Musk divorce has arrived, how is it that Trump supporters are going to react? What will they do? Will they start a fight? Will they attack Teslas? Is a round two of Tesla attacks really going to be in the works? Remember that was in the news a couple months ago. All the shows were covering it. There were some hosts kind of making jokes about it. You know, it was just a meme, attacking Teslas. Some of them keyed, some of them set on fire. Pretty aggressive tactics from some anti-Elon leftists, or potentially, I would say it's even possible that they were controlled opposition and that they were right-wingers trying to make leftists look bad. That is totally possible too, and to give Elon the chance to play the victim. But yeah, Tim Walz, of course, was laughing about Tesla's stock going down, and now Trump supporters might be the ones doing that. Trump supporters might be like, you cannot just say that Trump is in the Epstein files. Mr. Musk, you're a very bad man. We are going to get revenge on you by laughing at your stock going down, and we are going to attack Teslas in the street or in the parking lots or whatever. Will that happen? It's an interesting question. The empirical evidence shows that right-wingers tend to be more violent than left-wingers, so it could be worse. It could be worse. The wrath that Elon Musk faces for betraying Trump could be worse than the wrath that he faced for dismantling the federal government and for pissing off leftists. Leftists can be violent when they're mad, but right-wingers tend to be even more violent. They can act completely unhinged. Look at things like Charlottesville. So what will they do? Will they just sit idly by? Will they start with some denial? You know, that's a stage of coping, the denial, where they say, no, look, it's fine. I mean, whatever, this will blow over. Trump and Elon Musk, these guys are just, you know, they're real, strong, confident men. They're alphas and they don't like to be questioned. And that's how it goes. Kanye West, I think, was on X saying, oh, no, babies, please don't fight. You know, Kanye West, of course, a big simp for Trump and a big simp for Elon. So, yeah, they're denying it at first, it seems. They're denying it. Some people are gradually starting to take sides. I know Matt Walsh seemed pretty shocked at the idea that Trump could be in the Epstein files. Ben Shapiro was having a really hard time deciding who to side with, although he admitted that it's credible that Trump could be in the Epstein files because Doge actually had access to them. So right-wingers are approaching this with a great deal of trepidation, especially, I would say, the people on the online right, the people who have to kind of, you know, cultivate an image, appease an audience, make sure that they feel like, okay, they're not being too dismissive of the guy that I like. They're gonna approach it with some more caution and not, you know, right off either side just yet. They're not gonna be like, oh, Trump is being unhinged or Elon's being unhinged or whatever. They're gonna take their time. But average Trump supporters, what are they gonna do about this? What are they gonna do about this? Is there gonna be a January 6th against Tesla? Are they gonna riot, storm Tesla headquarters or something, SpaceX? What is going to happen? Well, I do think that they're gonna take some time to let it brew, because keep in mind, even things like January 6th, they didn't just happen, you know, instantly. Like, there wasn't rioting in the streets necessarily after, you know, Biden was declared the winner. They did it on the date that the votes were being certified, the Electoral College votes, that is. So yeah, that's not the type of thing that happens instantly, but could there be some sort of violent acts in the future, you know, a couple months from now, some unhinged behavior? Yeah, I think so. I think that as Elon Musk continues to go out there, spill the tea, get aggressive against Trump, and refuses to back down, and Trump is molding, that this is going to trickle down to his supporters. Trump's anger toward Elon Musk is going to trickle down to his supporters, and they're going to act unhinged. You know, the left obviously can be unhinged, but the right can unleash a whole lot more of it when they don't get their way. The left is mad at Elon Musk because he dismantled the federal government and led to people dying as a result of some of these unconstitutional spending cuts that he was doing the past few months. But the right is like, oh, you can't cross Trump. You can't cross Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some conspiracy theories going all the way back to the campaign trail, like, oh, Elon Musk planned all of this. He planned this. Maybe he was responsible for the guy who tried to shoot Trump back in July. Maybe that, you know, they'll be like, okay, Elon Musk did this, this, and that. This was all part of some 4D chess. They're going to say a lot of stuff. They're going to say a lot of stuff about Musk. Will Democrats start hugging Elon Musk? That would be an interesting sight to see. I do not think that's going to happen. I think Democrats have wisened up to that. They're not part of the whole, oh, if you don't like Trump, you're good, you know, thing. They recognize that Elon Musk in some ways could be more destructive than Trump because he's younger, you know, he's got more time to continue impacting politics, and actually is more, even more, I would say, resentful towards the government properly doing its job. That he really does not believe in a functional government whatsoever. Trump generally does not, but I feel like Elon Musk is more ideologically committed to it, in a way that is more more noticeable than Trump. You know, he wants the government shrunken down because he's a guy who loves his business and wants to get them off his back always. And Trump could investigate Elon Musk, you know, with his power in the government. So I don't know, maybe Trump supporters will start signing petitions saying, Trump, go after Elon, go after Elon. But either way, boy, how the tides have turned. Boy, how the tides have turned. They were like, Elon Musk is so cool. He's so cool. He's the richest man on the planet. All of you liberals wish that you could be like him because he's so cool and smart and he's really rich and he's a guy of great morals, even though he's not at all. But they're like, yeah, he's so cool. And now it's a bit harder for them to say that. The civil wars are just much more commonplace on the left, you know? Just the left constantly is shackled with them between the progressive flank and the centrist flank, or, you know, the more sympathetic to Gaza flank and the more sympathetic to Israel flank. But now we have the Elon flank versus the Trump flank. It really will be a sight to see. I don't know if it'll just blow over. I don't. Maybe a month from now, we'll all be talking about something different and nobody will even remember Elon Musk. But I don't know. I don't think he's going to go quietly into the night. I think he's going to keep haunting Trump. I think he's going to keep pestering him, keep saying, yeah, I'm very mad about this. I was bullied in the Trump administration and I saw the Epstein files and Donald Trump is bad. And, you know, he'll keep pouting on X and getting 1 million likes for some of these things. It'll be really entertaining. Grab your popcorn. But yeah, the verdict is in. I do not think that Trump supporters for now will respond too aggressively. I think they're just letting it soak in, you know, being like, oh, this is a reality of things now, huh? This is a reality. Or maybe not even saying it's a reality. They're like, okay, these ladies will get along at the end of the day. You know, it'll all be fine. It's just a little bit of tension. You know, great minds can sometimes disagree. But I think they're going to learn that these minds have a little bit more than just disagreement in them. And then we might start to see some physical violence, some really disgusting behavior, and yeah, just a right-wing civil war. Will they start attacking Teslas? Possibly. Will they boycott Tesla? And then Teslas will become really, really cheap because leftists will be boycotting them and Trump supporters will be boycotting them. You'll be able to buy a Tesla for $13 or something like that. Think about that. Do you want to buy a Tesla for $13? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. This is the More the Merrier. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.